Alrighty, hello, how's it going? In this video, I'm going to have a look at bringing in some external libraries, because of course, won't be much fun if we're just stuck with our own code. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look at SDL2 for the reason that it has a lot of compatibility and it's just a nice simple library to work with. So what I'll do, I've already got this installed, but if you don't have SDL, it's called SDL2 compat devel. Compat because under the hood we're on to SDL3 now, so this is a compatibility layer, though it is really useful for some other language bindings which haven't updated to SDL3 yet. And devel just meaning that it's the headers and the libraries and things. Of course, this will tell me that I've already got it, great, but something which might be really useful is to know basically where it is. So when I installed this, it installed two major components. First of all, it installed a header, and then it installed a bunch of libraries. So if we go, where is SDL2? We see that it's located in that path there. We can say, alrighty, let's list the storage of user include SDL2. And we see we've got all of those headers there. And now this is a little bit trickier, but what we can do is we can go, well, while we're at it, let's list the storage of user libraries. And there's a whole bunch of them. And let me just scroll around up here. So we see we've got a bunch of these libraries. We've got libSDL. Looks like that's it. Okay, that's nice. So this is a really big thing to bear in mind. We've gone ahead, we've installed SDL. It's installed two major things, the headers and the libraries. And now I want to use them in my project. So if I go look at what I've got here, I'll just go into dev and hello. I think that's where I was. Okay, great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make, now this is a bit of a funky thing. Usually what I like to do is I like to have a dependencies folder in my project, which is giving all of the headers so that my development environment can look into those headers and autocomplete the functions and things. Now, I'll usually do that by making a dependencies folder. And then there's a bit of a funky thing because ultimately the headers that I use should be the headers which link to this library that I have in here. And it probably won't happen, but it's possible that at some point in some future update, if I were to copy the folders over, the headers over directly to my project, they could become out of date. So I don't think this is strictly necessary, but I'm just going to go ahead and show it because why not? I'm going to make a symbolic link. So I'm going to make a symbolic link to that user include SDL2. And that will be located in here. Just like that. And then if I go into dependencies, I've got that. And if I list the storage of that SDL2 library folder, it's a symbolic link. We're linking to the same files. In so many words, that's basically what I'm saying. Okay, cool. So we've got the headers in our project. We've got them visible. That's great. Now let's go back and add some code. Okay, so this is the same hello world that we had before. I'll go ahead and I'll include SDL. Just like that. And then I'll just do a simple initialization. So I'll just have a test. I'll say, try to initialize. And I'll go ahead And initialize, let's just go initialize everything. Why not? Just print out that we failed. And otherwise we'll print out that we succeeded. Okay. Cool, so let's go ahead and configure the project. So we'll run CMake with the source directory here and our build directory, just the folder called build. Now that's gone ahead and that's gone through and it said, yeah, we're all good. This is just project generation. This is not linking. So when we go and we build that directory, then we get an error. And it says, well, we've got this undefined reference to SDL init, right? So we've got the header. That's fine. We can see the header. We know what the definitions of the functions are. But when it comes time to link this stuff up, we don't know where the underlying libraries are. So this is a thing where CMake really shines, and that is the package sniffing abilities. So if we just go and look at our list, we've got all of this stuff, and CMake has the ability to run a function called find package. So all we need to do is run find package, and we have the name of the package and just state that it's required for our project. Now, what this is doing, this is very interesting. Sometimes an operating system will define the CMake file, which describes how to find a given package. Sometimes the library will provide that file and make it available. Sometimes CMake themselves will make a find script. Sometimes you can write your own. I've done this on Windows because Windows is a nightmare. You can write your own scripts to find packages. And what this does is it looks in the system path somewhere, finds the appropriate package, runs it, and then that will populate some variables. So if we just look in here, sorry for the flashbang, but this is, I just Googled find SDL2. So there's a very systematic way that this works. The file that we're looking for always starts with find, then we have the name of the thing we're looking for, and it's always .cmake. And in the documentation here, it says, okay, we're going to find some stuff, and then we're populating a bunch of these variables here. All of these. So we can actually use these. I can go in here and I can test, did we find that package? I can go if SDL2 found, need to put braces there. Then we can do some stuff. Else we'll do some other stuff. And if. Okay. And all I'm going to do here is I'm just going to report some messages. So I'll say, all right, I'm going to have a message. This is a status message. And here's the message. We can say found SDL2. And we can actually use that SDL2 libraries variable. And these are the names of the libraries which were found. So we can put in SDL2 libraries. And this will also find the header files, so we can report that too. That's SDL2 include directory. And we can also report if we did not find it. Okay, great. So this is all fine. So we've gone through, we've sniffed out the libraries and the headers, and now we need to link it up. linking the header can be done with the include directories function. So we go include directories, then we put in the name of the project that we're including for, and then we put the directories, but in this case I'm just going to use that same variable. And then we need to link the libraries, so we'll go target link libraries, and then again it's the name of the project that we're linking to, and then the set of libraries that we're linking. Just like that. Okay, so let's try this again. So we'll go what's going on here? Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, so these do not end with semicolons. There we have it. Everything's fine. Note here that we've got these messages because we have successfully found SDL2. So I said we found the libraries SDL2 main as well as SDL2, and the include directory is just the same as where is reported to us, include SDL2. We can go ahead and build that, and now we build just fine. We don't have a linking error. Then we can jump in there and run hello. And it says, yep, SDL2 was successfully initialized. So there we have it. Short and sweet, but yeah, find package is really, really useful because it does the work of finding things for us, as well as letting us, if we want to, configure how that works. Anyway, hope you had fun, hope you learned a lot, and I will see you again soon. Bye.